Oh, hello.
I love doing that. Hello, everybody, and welcome for the long-awaited return show from myself, Lucy Orchard, and my mum, producer Chris. I have had many ferry issues. My issues with ferries is I seem to only ever be on them when it is 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. I don't know how that works. Whether is it Odin? Whether the Nordic gods know if it's about to be 8 p.m. on Tuesday, they're like, get on a boat, get a bird on a ship. So yes, hello and welcome. It's been many weeks. I've wanted to be on, and I'm so grateful for all of your patience. If you are brand new to the Lucy Show, welcome aboard. It is a nice light-hearted gamble through the last week or weeks events, where we start off, we do a little bit of update on me, then we do a little bit of update on her, and then we tell you all about the gossip and the shenanigans of local village antics. And then we will obviously do the birthday section, which at this point now reads like some sort of cenotaph listing, because it's been so long. I know it's quite morbid, but I was like, think of something with a lot of names on it. Cenotaph? No. Oh, sorry. It's the opposite.
It's a saga, darling.
Is it the antithesis, or is it the
it's a saga.
It's the saga. Hayden used to be able to be here to remind me of this. So yes, we do the birthday tomb. It's going to be a tomb, not a birthday list. It's a birthday tomb. You're very quiet, but I'm not quite sure why.
Am I far away?
Earthquake.
As long as Kitty doesn't jump, I'm fine.
Right. Okay.
Is there a volume control on here?
Haven't got the time to train you through that just at this very moment in time. Can you scooch?
Oh,
anyway, I'll carry on. Let's do the birthday section, and then we do.
I can't see.
Right, and then we do TV and radio. Never work with children, animals, or your parents. I think the volume should be okay, Mum. It's just I think you're sitting very far away. I think it's a long shot. My hair is too.
I won't touch anything.
Don't touch anything. That's fine. But maybe just project.
Project.
Yes. Okay. So off we go. We got first comment of the night from a long-time viewer, every week caller, Noel Orchard. Hi, Mum. Hi, Ray. Hi to Lucy, sidekick, and welcome to the Christine Show. See, 3 years in, I managed to get it. Mrs. Reed. Hey, you lovely ladies. Nice to see you, darling. Hey, we've got Loz in Australia. Max Burton, Posty with a Mosty. Evening, girls. Love from your Posty with a Mosty. Now playing wedding gigs. Yes, if you please get in touch. As Max's agent, obviously 15% for any gig.
Film called The Wedding Player.
The Wedding Singer. Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was close.
So there you go, Max. We're off from the running. Mum's just compared you to the great Adam Sandler. I hope his wealth and success follows you. We've got Jill Lally. Hello, welcome. Welcome along to the show. Lauren, you sound fine, Christine.
Thank you,
oh, Jill Lally. I was going to say, welcome, first time viewer. Well, I mean, suppose you are, love. Welcome, Mrs. Lally. Sister, I have a different name now. Loz, and Billy Idol. Billy Idol was in The Wedding Singer.
Brilliant.
Hey, come on. Yeah, takes one to know one. So yes, so let's kick off the proceedings with the normal organized chaos that becomes the Lucy update. And every now and again, we will get somebody who's going to chip in and say this section seems a bit self-centered. Yeah, it's because it's
That's
called the
because
Lucy
it's
update.
for you.
Yeah, and it's on the Lucy show as well. So, haha. Hey, I'm going to take that comment and just randomly just bring it up during the entirety of the show to make it look like someone's signing when I'm saying laughing. Haha, the power. So, for the new update, most important thing that's happened to me in the last few weeks, and I'm really pleased to share it with everybody, is I got new ears. And I'm very, very, very happy. That's it, for new ears. And they are very, very fancy. They were very expensive. They were over £5, which
Wow.
my average ear is about 2 to 3. But I'm not going to say they're adult ears because that makes it sound sort of sexy. They're just ears for adults. There we go from Loz, and fabulous ears they are. Thank you, darling. So yes, I've also not just got new ears, I've got a new vehicle. And I was getting promised a new vehicle for quite some time, and I finally got it. And it's an automatic. Someone's nicked my gear stick. And you'd think an easier to drive vehicle would be easier to drive, but I'm constantly trying to change gear and press the clutch. There's no clutch pedal, there's no gear stick. So two of my appendages are just working for no reason at the moment. I like to think of it as a calorie burnout. Then we've got also when I was in the Netherlands last week, wasn't it, Mum? I went into a German supermarket. I can't remember which one. Is there really a difference? And I bought some kiwi berries. They look like grapes, but they taste like kiwis on the first day. And as they grow older, then the kiwi taste disappears. So by about day 4, they're really disappointing grapes, but at least I can say I've tried a kiwi berry. Loz, I know that you're not from Kiwi land, but you're the closest thing on here. Are kiwis from Kiwi? Are kiwis kiwi? So why are they called kiwis? Because you've got the bird, the kiwi. That's why we call New Zealanders kiwi. But why is there a fruit and a bird? And can anyone tell me of any other food group that's named after an animal? And I mean, yeah, you don't see a beef walking along a field, do you? See a cow. So that
You do
the
see
meat.
a lamb
Yeah.
and chicken.
Oh, look at that flying carrot. And yeah, I've had some interesting male action online last couple of weeks.
Oh, tell me it was a prince.
No. I used to get a lot more than I've been getting recently, just random ads from males that I have no mutual friends with, and they'll just come silent. And then I'll also get a message request that says things like, hey, sometimes they go as forward as, how you doing? I don't know if that works for anybody. Just a strange man messaging you and just going, hey. But I also I posted a picture of myself in a waiting room the other day with my feet up on a chair, and it caused somebody who I only knew very briefly, but we were on Facebook, to write some quite derogatory, not derogatory, salacious. He wanted more, if anything, instead of my skinny jeans and my odd socks. And a very gallant male friend of mine jumped in to defend my honor, and he asked my consent first. Double knighted, and went for him. He was like, "That's a bit creepy. Do you even know her properly?" I didn't think anything of it, but I was going through my message requests, and I posted a picture in the summer of me just in a pair of shorts, and the kind of shorts that I wear, they're not Daisy Dukes anymore. They're definitely more Girl Guide on holiday, and the way he wrote, "Ooh, nice legs," made my skin crawl.
Wow.
So that's that. And then I did. Some I might have mentioned before. I absolutely adore it when I have to get a hotel and the hotel has a bath because I love a bath. And being on the road, you can't even get an ensuite shower, or especially an ensuite bath, unless you're Dolly Parton. And it had a bath, and I swear to God, Mum, I was able to sit in it, but my knees were definitely upright. But because of being stubborn, I still had a bath. It was
What was either legs or shoulders?
100%. Oh no, my voice activation. I'm driving at a computer. Go away.
I'm sorry.
Exit. Exit. I didn't know if exit would work. Turns out that is pineapple. That is my safe word. Lars says it's too early to start here. Too early here to start thinking. It's too late here to read out loud. Have a lovely day, my love. But at any point during your lunchtime, if you could Google why kiwis come from kiwis, and I'll expect the results next week. Practical shorts are the best. Exactly. More utility than sexy. And I'm running late to have an awesome show, ladies. See ya. Bye, darling. Have a lovely day. Love that. Quick popping from the old Aussies. Not old Aussies. She's a young chicken. Now, I don't know if any of you experienced heavy rains recently.
We have. Yes.
Has it been bad?
It's been on Saturday night. Someone told me it was about 4:30, but I just don't know. You could hear the rain, but the thunder and lightning woke me up.
Wow.
It was so intense. It was just non-stop. Lightning and the thunder was directly overhead. It just came out of nowhere, and after about 5 minutes disappeared. But I was too tired to do anything because I don't really like it. But
what were you going to do? Sandbags?
Well, I don't know, but because I didn't move, Willow and Olivia didn't jump up with fright. They stayed on the bed, but Kitty disappeared, and I was too sleepy to look for her to say it's all right.
She would have been out there. She would have been reading out incantations, trying to summon a devil. You know what Kitty's like.
Yeah.
But I was traveling along the second best motorway in the UK, the M4. And it was so heavy on one day, the entire motorways did 40 miles an hour. And the next day I thought, oh, thank God the rain's fucked off. It was 30 miles an hour on the M4. It was that bad. And I still feel tired. I only rested properly yesterday. And my eyes are just trying to drive through what looked like a waterfall. Fucking knackering. Because you're doing your best, but you've got to look out for other people that are so stupid they're going to drive at a speed where they can kill you. Thanks for that, peeps. And then I lost my shiny pen in France, and I would like to say thank you to everybody who contacted me to say that they got me a replacement shiny pen. I've got one to collect from Leona, one from Amanda, and then Kate Lejeune in Tiverton as well. There is one waiting for me when I get back to the old Devonian Shires. I can't tell you how happy it is. So yes, this is the one. This isn't actually my pen. I bought a spare pen for Mrs. Reed to give to her if we ever met. So with her permission, I've used this, but it's only a lender, borrower. It's only a borrower. It's only a loan.
Oh,
Loaner.
Lucy,
It's a loaner.
I hope it still has ink in it when you give it to her.
Hang on. We can do this for the entire show. There we go. Jill likes it. The power. I want to end on a negative. I was in a hotel in I don't mind saying it now, Costa del Swindon, and I went to a supermarket, and I feel like I can name and shame, Asda. I was in Asda. I always choose the supermarkets based on their car parks. And I thought, well, I don't want to splurge on food. Got myself some wholemeal bread, some little garlic sauce, and some like chicken goujani things from the hot plate. And I thought, well, if I'm a bit snacky later, I could dip the bread in some hummus, because I love a bit of hummus. So I went to the hummus section, and they had normal hummus, fancy hummus, this hummus, that hummus, the other hummus. Then they had reduced fat hummus. Now, I don't know what really goes into hummus where there is a margin to save, but instead of it being £1, it was 86p. And I thought, this won't just taste good, this will taste 14p cheaper. And that I will be able to taste, I will feel like I'm saving whilst eating. The assault that happened to my taste buds. And I've since spoken to other people about this. And the Asda reduced fat hummus is quite famous in these circles as what can only be described as the worst hummus you can ever purchase. It's grainy, but it's like grainy. It's definitely a question mark. I got a back taste of sour cardboard.
Wow, pushing the boat out.
So I went from, instead of having 14p saving, I'd wasted 86p, but I was down a tub of hummus. Well done, me. Well done, Lucy. You're an absolute fucking superstar. So proud of myself, Mum.
That'll teach you. With food,
yes, it was a life lesson.
I didn't buy it good. It tastes awful.
I had no idea that the reduced fat, they took the fat out, but they put in a minging taste. How?
It could have just been all dry chickpeas because they're tasteless.
There was a wet to it. There was a wet to it. Think wallpaper paste, but with like a graininess of graininess of unprocessed chickpeas, and chickpeas are meant to be absolutely mashed.
Yes, smooth.
Unlike the French that does hummus like baby puree, we managed to get it to make it like a moussey smoothness. But this was like a gritty, grainy, wallpaper, sour cardboard experience. So anyway, Asda's reduced fat hummus. If you would like to sponsor the show, please do. But don't send me any product.
No.
And that wraps up the Lucy update, which means we go to the Christine update. Does do.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks, and life here has been interesting.
Yeah.
Kitty has now become a big game hunter. You know, they are incarcerated.
Yep.
But foolishly, I said we should have the big hold wire rather than the small hold wire, which means she can get a paw out. So she came in here the other night looking really sheepish and upset and was licking, and I thought, what is that? Something was on her fur. She didn't like it. So anyway, she moved because it had sort of come off, but not.
Yep.
And then, so she hid under the table. And then she moved, went back out. So I went over to have a look, and it was, must have been half a worm.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So I had to find something to pick it up with, which I did. And I thought, well, I'll throw it out the front door. And then I thought, oh no, it might come back in because it'll say, you bitch. Throw it out.
Half of it will come back with an attitude. You got the half with the attitude. The half that bears the grudge.
Yeah. So I went to where I could see grass and threw it. Fine. And then I'm sitting down, relaxing, watching my foreign films. And she came back in and she looked as if she had a Mexican moustache hanging down. I looked and she dropped it over by the door. And it must have been about that long, wriggling. So it was sort of, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I had to bat her out the way, get the utensil again, get the worm on the thing, keep the cat out, open the front door, and I remembered, find a grassy knoll so it doesn't come back in. And I shot it over. Fortunately, she's, please God, touch wood, she's given up on that now. I've had enough heart attacks because a couple of weeks ago we had the mouse incident. And then we've had this. So that was one thing. And then what else happened? Oh, yes. I've been trying, you know, when you get into bed and you're just going to go to sleep and all of a sudden you think, oh, I must look that up because you've had a thought, I'll look it up in the morning. But then when you wake up in the morning, you can't remember what it is because I should have written it down. So for 3 weeks, I've been trying desperately to remember what it was. And then all of a sudden, I remembered. Because the freshest eggs you can get are a couple of days old.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I don't want to poach it because I've had one of those in the past. They're rubbish.
Oh, they just take up room in the kitchen cupboard.
Exactly. But Lakeland do something that's silicone, and you can drop it into boiling water, and it poaches.
It looks like a rubber leaf.
Yeah, ish. So I thought, well, I'll get some of those and try it. So I just bought a couple, and obviously I bought it, and I had no eggs in the house. So
Perfect.
I remembered to buy eggs today, and I thought, well, I'll just try one because I'd read the reviews and so many people said, oh, you know, on the 6th go, I sort of got it right. So I remembered what people had said. And so I just put butter in it and dropped it in the water. And it said, you know, 5 minutes. And I thought, well, I'll try for 3 and have a look. And then I can always do an extra minute.
I heard 6. I heard it's 6 minutes.
Better to go short than go long to begin with. So 3 just needed an extra minute. And so I cooked it, just spooned around the side, like it said on the leaflet.
And did it work?
Oh, when I cut it open, it was fantastic.
Right, so guys, welcome to Egg Chat. Welcome to the Egg Chat section. This is the sequel to The Curious Chicken, or even is it the prequel or the sequel to The Curious Chicken? Which one came first? But right, so this is game changer because I love a poached egg, but I hate scouring steel pans. Was the white firm? This is the kind of hard action questions that we are hitting you with today, Chris.
Yes, it was firm. Everything was perfect.
Wow.
And as a little treat, I thought, well, I'll buy some. We've got some different types of bread, and this one says it's spelt flour.
FLOUR. Sorry,
Correct.
sorry. I'd have my comedian card taken off me if I walked past that one.
And it also says that it's wild farmed.
Wild, but it was fucking livid. Sorry. Is this what you're going to do? You're just going to keep setting me up? We've gone from Morecambe and Wise straight into not the 9 o'clock news.
So, yes. So it was a little treat. Yeah. I wished I'd cooked 2 eggs, but, you know, at least I've tried it once.
Some would say enough is enough.
Wow. I'm just feeding you these lines. But yes,
Anyway,
so
enjoy
that
the
was
meal.
very good. And then
Oh, wow.
and then the other Saturday, because you know my treat for me on a Saturday is to buy the paper
Yeah, a
with the
paper.
weekend in it, because I do like doing the crosswords.
Yes.
And then I'd done the one, and then I did the one in the paper, and I had my hand on the crossword because
Right.
I'm left-handed, so I cover stuff, not intentionally, but I do. And I thought,
Like
oh,
automatically you're a kid in a test.
yeah, yeah. So sometimes I like not getting one or two of them, because I can have a think and go back to it and think, oh, of course it was that. So I'd done it, and I thought, I've got the bottom bit to do. That'll be fine. Oh, the disappointment. I'd done that to begin with.
Right, so
And
you
I
scuppered yourself. You
yeah,
you were hoisted by your own petard.
exactly. I really was. So I thought, when I move my hand, I'll do these bottom bits. And then I looked, and I'd done it all. And my oomph of, yes, I can get this done, was I finished it.
I would spend the entire day being absolutely vile to anybody, and if they asked me what was wrong, I'd say, I finished my own fucking crossword, now back off.
Yeah. I was home alone. Who and the cats don't understand what a crossword is.
They do understand, but they don't care, and we've spoken about this.
Yeah. So
there
yes,
was an article in the paper.
riveting.
There was an article in the paper about
Yeah.
cats. They played the cats' strangers' voices and their owners' voices via tape. And they responded to the owner's voice when they were put into strange situations, but they saw their owner that came to them. So the crux of it was, cats understand everything you're saying and choose to ignore you. It's not that they don't understand. So whereas a dog might look at you, go, I wonder what the human is saying to me. The cat's rolling a fag going, heard you the first time, still not happening.
You'll have to excuse me, there's a bit of fighting.
We do live in a rough house. Hello, everybody. So in response to the Lucy update from my brother, we have should have got a pizza, sis. They cook them at the pizza counter now. Yeah, but they're not cheap. Rolls, a bit of chicken, and some uneaten hummus. I think it came to about £4. Jessica, hello, Lucy, my love. Birthday section's coming up soon. Andy B, evening gorgeous. Hi, Lucy. Read it was when she wasn't on the screen, mate. Damn it.
I'm so sorry, but Willow and Olivia were vying for the same shelf, and not good.
Right. Right. Andy B has written, evening gorgeous. Hiya, Lucy.
Wow.
Stop chatting about my mother, you dirty bugger. No, the pizza is £4. Well, where were you when I needed you in Swindon? £4. I bet. Is it tiny? Is it what normal people would call a meal? Yes, now we have also had an update. I sent away Australian beauty Loz before she went to work. I said to her, well, on your lunch break, I would like you to look up for me the question that I have asked. Why are kiwi fruits called kiwi fruits? Are they from New Zealand? And are they laid by kiwi birds? I may have lost that one on the end, right? And I said, so she's messaged me personally because she had to know. Kiwi fruit were first known as gooseberries, but they got a bad rap. So they changed it in 1959 to kiwi fruit after the national bird, the kiwi. And New Zealanders are known as kiwis as a nickname they got in World War I. And she put, I couldn't wait. I had to know myself. So I need to stop everyone there. I get it, Loz, and I hope you watch this back. But in our country, now I believe it would be similar because we're on the same planet, but I know that there are variances around the world. You can have a gooseberry, and you can have a kiwi, and they're different.
But kiwis are like giant gooseberries.
I know,
So if
but
you look
you
at,
can't rename a gooseberry a kiwi. What they must have done is met a kiwi and called it a gooseberry. So what are they calling their gooseberries?
green berries.
We've got hello Treacle from Stevie D. Love you, baby boy. No, large one, sis. Was it? I don't remember that. Okay, we'll know that. Roger Weaving from backstage at Wembley for the Where's Lucy tour. I think you'll find Lucy is in the pub with Steve Berry. More than one Lucy at the Bon Iver gig. Bon Iver gig. Bon Iver. We never even the main heading artist of Bon Iver couldn't tell us how to pronounce it. Yes, so that is the Christine update. Now, you nosy buggers, it's what you'll all be waiting for. It is the village update. And because of my ferry-based issues, I have been available to actually collate quite a lot of village shenanigans. Hopefully we'll get through them. If we don't, I'll have to move them. I'll carry them over to next week. I can't stop playing with my head because it's harsh. This is not how the lighting is going to be. I'm gonna have to come up with some better lighting. But I just feel I feel very like that. And I also need a haircut as I've got a lot of this going on. No, what do we call gooseberries? A small kiwi. Brilliant. Thank you very much. What did gooseberries do to get a bad rap? I mean,
taste sour. They really taste very sour.
I know, but they renamed right. Kiwi fruit was first known as gooseberries.
Yeah, but perhaps they didn't know what our gooseberries tasted like.
Right, village update. Now, this was an interaction I saw on a local forum where my friend got involved in the chat, and they all attacked her. And I wanted to not offend her, but I can see where she was coming from, and I think she got an unfair representation on social media because there's some people with a keyboard, they don't think, they just type. So there was a shout out for qualified. Are there any qualified babysitters for some casual work? Fair enough, get it. The thing is, she said, well, what qualifications does a babysitter have? And then they were like, child care and child maintenance and, child development and all this stuff. In my mind, if you are qualified as a child professional, you aren't a babysitter. So what do they want? Do they want a teacher or an early learners development manager to babysit their kid for an hour, maybe once every Saturday night, when they've probably got their own lives going on? Babysitters are usually kids. Well, I just think a babysitter is a cheap, non-qualified person that comes over your house and watches your kids for 2 hours. And they jumped on my mate and they were like, well, if you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. She's genuinely asking. So what you want is a qualified childminder, but you're willing to pay, what, 10 quid an hour and a pizza?
Yeah.
Because if you want a childcare professional to come around your house, speaking on behalf of somebody that is a fucking qualified child educator, I'm not coming around for 15 quid and free Netflix. You can fuck off. Lot of men losing stuff this week, which I thought was quite funny as well, because they're not the ones that are going to find it either. So my boyfriend has lost his phone. Well, why isn't your boyfriend posting I've lost my phone? That's my question.
He hasn't got a phone to do it on.
I could borrow hers. He could log in as hers. And another one was my husband lost his car keys somewhere along the canal. Both the phone and the keys were found, and I'm wondering what lessons are those men learning?
None.
Next time you see a pair, if you see car keys with a BMW fob on it next to the canal, bid it.
No, throw them in.
Not in the canal though, because that will affect the ecostructure. But there are a lot of bins available at different points along the canal. Please don't litter, but don't reward BMW drivers for losing their keys. Obviously, we mean hand them in because we're those people as well. But we like to joke about it. I hate ruining my own joke. Hang on, we still got Jill in the bag here. There we go. Anything we want to say? Now a woman said, because I mean, on local forums, it is every other day. Does anyone know this cat? And there'll be a picture of a cat looking quite smug, as though it gets 5 meals from 5 different houses. So she goes, does anyone recognise this cat? And then did the cardinal sin? She said, because we've been feeding it. If you're not sure if it's your cat, put a paper collar around its neck and don't feed it. Someone replied, that's my cat. And he's not coming home at the moment because you're feeding it. But the best cat post I saw this week was, well, there is another one I mentioned in a minute. I'll go to that one next, actually. So a woman complained that her cat went out in its surgical baby grow. Now, some of you might not know this, but you know the code of shame that cats and dogs have to stop them nibbling their snitches? Because that can be quite distressing. What you can do is you can buy baby grows for cats and they look adorable, and it's the only time you are allowed to dress them up. So this woman, she's gone on and she's really passive aggressive. My cat came back without it. How cruel of you to take it off it. I'd like the baby grow back. Now, collectively, people, what do we think the responses were?
No.
Why would you let your cat out with surgical stitches? Oh, a baby grow, Jess. A baby grow is a little onesie. Is it a romper suit? So like on an actual baby, you know, they've got like the little sleep suit. They've got a little thing out, and then it's got little poppers just down the bottom, so that you can open the poppers, change the nappy. But you can get them for cats and dogs, so that they can't nibble their stitches. So yes, you can get that for a onesie. There we go. Alistair East, hello. See, you've just missed Loz from New South Wales, and you're just below in Melbourne. So we're seeing Australia gradually wake up along the along the coast. So yes, but if your fur baby, if your cat or your dog has had stitches, what are you letting it out for?
Oh, did it escape, or did she let it out?
No, she let it out. And instead of thinking, my cat doesn't like this and has got it out of it, because they can be wriggly little buggers, she wants to know who out there has stolen the baby grow. So you're thick and a bad parent. But at least you posted on this to tell us, everyone. And then this is the last cat one I'll do for this week. My cat is coming home less and less, and when she returns, she's not hungry and smells of smoke.
She's been down the pub.
She's learned how to get alcohol, mate. She's not hungry. She picked up some chips on the way back. She and Stephen shared a bag. And then someone said, my 2 other cats locally, same. I mean, it's like, what are they, sharing a false idea, going clubbing?
I don't know.
They're not hungry and they smell of smoke. Stop sniffing the cats. We had a lovely story of a villager who left the county and went to Portsmouth to see a friend. Now he said they'd had a couple of drinks, and when they woke up in the morning, he thought, tell you what I'll do is I'll pop out, I'll find a shop, make some breakfast. It's a nice thing for a guest to do. So he approached some people and he got told, no money for you, go away and leave me alone.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you see that?
Yes, that's a onesie. That's Tilly in a onesie. Not happy, but looks so cute. So I have to ask, Mum.
Yeah.
Were you listening to anything I just said? Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
You'll have to repeat it, because it
Olivia right, ladies and gentlemen, and anything else that are watching, I'll direct this next bit to you, because obviously my mother's not taking part in this part of the show because I used the word cat 3 times in a row.
Can you repeat that? I just wanted to get the onesie up to clear anybody's thought that you've got them in a polar neck jumper.
Right, should we go again?
Yes.
If you're listening, then I shall begin.
Okay.
Right. So a villager went away to see a friend, stayed over their house, and it was in Portsmouth. And I thought that would trigger you because we went to Portsmouth last year.
We did indeed, and it was terrible.
Yes, exactly. This is part of the. Hey, do you know what? It's as though it's connected. I thought this will be a good one for the village update. This will engage her. So we went to Portsmouth. He had a couple of bevies with his mate. Woke up in the morning and decided, as a nice guest, he'd go out and he would hunt and gather some food for breakfast to cook. So he was stopping people as they were walking along the street, basically looking to find out where a shop was where he could buy the required ingredients for breakfast. And he had people go, no money for you, go away. Leave me alone. And no. I want to know, how rough did he look?
Hungover.
And what was he saying? Excuse me, I want some food. And just like, what? Like, well, actually, it would probably be like, excuse me, I'm looking for breakfast. I am hungover and starving. Can you help me, sire?
But if he had stubble as well, he'd just look as if he'd been out.
I don't know, we're stinking of booze. Last night's closed. Excuse me, man. You know I can find some sausage?
No.
You don't know where the nearest honesty box is? I'm looking to make some eggs.
But they have honesty boxes in Portsmouth.
No.
No.
Short answer, no.
Yeah.
Then also, it was a lovely little 126 comment thread that erupted when a person put, I recently visited Dartmoor. Due to the overgrazing of horses, sheep and cows, there is now no more wildlife in Dartmoor. That went down well.
That's rubbish. Rubbish.
I think one guy said, where are you looking?
Yeah.
A very nice village, actually. A small shop has banned all students from being in the shop.
Wow.
And all cue the Defence League. You can't do that. You can't ban students. Tell you what, raise your kids not to be little thieves.
Yep.
Yep.
Then they can come in.
Shops don't wake up one day and go, tell you what, we're banning kids just for the whim.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're losing 100 quid a week in sweets off thieving little bastards.
But it's not something new.
No.
That's been going on for years and years and years and years.
Did you have signs on shops saying no more than 2 kids in the shop? Or I did.
Yeah, it's been around for quite some time.
Yeah, 100%. Thieving little bastards is not new.
No.
And parents that don't believe their kids are thieving little bastards, even that's not new. There was one of the cars.
They are the ones that were the kids originally.
That originally caused that sign. It was the same sign that got put up in the shop. It's very old. One of the card shops in town is the only one with helium. What I'd like to tell everyone is stop buying helium balloons.
Yes.
We have a limited amount of helium on this planet. Once it's gone, it's gone. And little Johnny's 5th birthday, which he won't remember, where you get a balloon arch, stop it. Stop it. It's not.
Well, you can blow up balloons because it's only your breath.
But it's still a terrible material. They're single-use products. You can't reuse a balloon.
No,
it's awful. Just Just come up with something else. Kids don't care.
Paper bags on a stick.
paper bag on a stick. There we go. That's coming from my TikTok shop soon. It's part of the range. Obviously, we've got the party Fiesta Taser. And then for all your celebration needs, of course, we've got the paper bag on a stick. Happy birthday, love. There we go. Someone's getting that for Christmas.
Because you can blow up a paper bag.
Stick it on a stick. Oh my God, it's my life's work to get this paper bag on a stick. And then a nice story to end with. It was in our local Devon newspaper. 90-year-old mystery of submarine in Devon Park solved.
Wow.
Now, the best comment in the comment sections was, I solved this years ago. You covered the stories and the National picked it up too. So I suppose what it is 90-year-old mystery of submarine in Devon Park solved 5 years prior to the first guy that solved it, who we also ran a story on. There we go. Just edited the title there for you, Devon Live.
Was it a toy submarine?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. The birthday matador is on. Dave Wall. Hi, sorry I've been missing you and sorry I'm late. I got to ask, are you currently in a cab or are you currently leaning up against a bar in somewhere Costa del Lovely? It's every other week, isn't it? He's in Spain.
Yes, he goes every other week to celebrate his birthday.
And then please do share it. I do this every single year. It is coming up to pumpkin time, Halloween, whatever you want to call it. Pumpkin carving season. Oh, he's in his cab. There we go. He'll be in Spain next week. So pumpkins are very fibrous. Hedgehogs love the taste of pumpkin. Hoglets love being so big and bold and proud of themselves. They've gone out, they haven't asked their mum or dad, they managed to find a pumpkin, they've eaten loads, but unfortunately it makes them very, very ill. It can give them a runny tummy, which will lead to dehydration, and you celebrating a pumpkin could kill a hedgehog. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? No. Anyway, moving on, comedy show. Hopefully, he bloody will be as well. Jesus Christ. Yes, so birthday section. Everyone, strap in. This is going to be quick fire round, okay? Right, okay. So we've got Sophie, the wonderful Sophie. That is Jessica, who's watching's birthday. Hopefully get to see her next year when she's in Canterbury or anywhere else. Then we've got Sharita, comedian I met through the Drop Club, amazingly funny woman. Mark Orchard. Noel, did you wish our cousin happy birthday? Al Knapp, friend of the Infinite Sofa that I met through lockdown. Christine Coveney, who I used to drive with. She ran out of Yates. I was at Bridgewater Gregory's. Wonderful woman. We went had a lovely drink at Cobham Services. Tim Wilkes, one of the Horsey Lots double driver stage truck. Graham Hurst, one of the only driving instructors I've ever met and respected. Who, yes, if I was ever going to take any other classifications, then he would be the guy that, unfortunate, would have to do the training. Michael Hayden Sargent from Glastonbury. Happy birthday, my love. Jodie Morgan Pritchard, apparently it's a 3-word birthday week. From Totnes, have many, many memories of watching with Doctor Who and partying with him. Merv Vanwy from Australia, the most wonderful, gorgeous person ever. Happy birthday. Richard Brown worked with him at Loughman's until we both left. Simon from Festival Number 9, lovely guy, funny laugh, very true heart. Nick Timewell, Mr. Grumpy, also from Gregory's. Can't say if he's like I or not because his name was Mr. Grumpy, but then again, I got on right with him. And beautiful Earth Mother, Tash Lewis from the festival scene. Happy birthday as well.
Wow.
Okay, I'll shake that one out. Noel did. Yep. And Jess, I just want a hedgehog. See? Everyone wants a hedgehog. Nobody wants hedgehog blood on their hands. Because we're kind of spiky. Banners, change that to TV and radio. So as always, I listen to something on the BBC Sounds app to go to sleep to. My murder to sleep to at the current moment in time is Truman and Riley, which is absolutely wonderful. And then about two detectives. It's two-handed between two men, and I don't usually like that, but I actually really enjoyed it. I'm listening to Jason PJ still. Where have I got to? Tony Roddy's just announced a departure. Jax is leaving as well. Veggie Man's leaving as well. But quite frankly, TikTok never liked you on there. And I'm listening to my audiobooks constantly, my James Patterson's. I listened to a book called Behold, Here's Poison. 8 hours of my life I'm never getting back, ever. And because I wasn't quite sure of the ending, I listened to the first half hour again, making it 8.5 hours of my life I'm not getting back yet. And it still didn't make a good ending once I found out who they were on about. So James Patterson and obviously MC Beaton are the ones that I'm listening to. And I listened to a fantastic book by Anthony Horowitz that has opened my eyes to his writing style, and I can't wait to learn more about him. But TV wise, Mum, I was in a hotel room and the fucking TV channels were in English. Can you imagine? I never get that. I get 37 channels of absolute foreign nonsense. Not as in foreigners are nonsense. It's nonsense to me because I can't speak foreign. And I had all the channels to watch. So I watched a night episode of Waiting for God with Stephanie Cole and Tom Goddard.
Right.
And I love her. And I realised how much I used to watch that with your mother and your father when I was younger. And I took her on as a very strong role model.
Right. I will always remember her in Tenko.
Really? I haven't seen that. Isn't that a war movie?
Japanese prisoner of war. Stephanie Beacham, Stephanie Cole, and a cast of others.
What was Stephanie Cole doing in that kind of
She was
movie?
the doctor.
Oh,
Not as
she'd
in
make a great
the
doctor,
but she was a doctor.
Wow. She'd have made great the Doctor as well. I finished She-Hulk, everybody. And I have to say, bravo. I mean, could the last episode have been a bit better? I think it was right for what it was. I thought Kevin was quite a funny introduction at the very, very end. I kind of wanted more from her interaction with Emil Bronsky, but ultimately I quite liked it. And that little twist with Matt Murdock at the end, we've all thought it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so absolutely fantastic. Whilst I'm there, I've been watching The Blame Game, because I do really like The Blame Game, which is like Mock the Week for more than Irish people. I've been watching a lot of Good Witch. I've had a lot of long waits recently, and I have to say The Good Witch has got me through hours of sitting in waiting rooms, and for that I will be forever grateful. And Noel's just started watching it. Oh, it's good. And whilst I've been watching Waiting for God, what have I started back with? What? Blankety blank. Come here for up-to-date woke variety. I miss Stephanie Cole, Tom Goddard, and I'm in love with Bradley Walsh. How happy was I when we were on the phone and I realised that old Bradders was doing it?
Ecstatic.
I hung up, didn't I? I was like, gotta go. Bradders is on. And then the one thing I will say that we both watched, I can't remember what it was. Detective. I know that we watched Karen Doo-Doo-Doo, but we watched something before that. Professor T.
Oh.
We watched Professor T because we'd watched the Italian version, and now it's Robert. Who is it? Dave.
No, his name is not Robert.
No, because that's Robert and David.
Very much like Rob Brydon.
Right, everyone, who's the guy that does Pointless, who was in a double act with the guy out Professor T answering whenever you want. Absolutely enjoyed that. But then we tried to watch on ITV Karen Pirie.
We gave up.
We don't usually give up, Mum.
No, but it was a joint. You were there, I was here. We were watching in sync, and we both, after about, I don't know, did we waste 20 minutes?
I think we did a full half hour, possibly knocking on the door of Andrea Corr with 45 minutes. Yeah. And we both looked at each other, and I was thinking, let's watch Blankety Blank, but I said, let's watch Graham Norton.
Yes.
Because I can control my inside voice and my outside voice. But when we come off here, I probably am going to watch a quick Blankety Blank before I go to bed. So, Mum, what Scandinavian murderous programs have you been finding, quite frankly, lackluster? And go.
Right. Well, I've been to France.
Ooh, en français.
Yes. So it was called Killer by the Lake. Oh, first one was called Missing by the Lake.
Okay.
And it was two French policemen, policewoman, policeman, and all of that. And then that was one series. Then the next series was Killer by the Lake. So you had Missing by the Lake, Killer by the Lake. And it was so up there. I can't remember what the third one was, but that was by the lake as well. So I watched a bit of French.
Dying?
No. It might have been Murder by the Lake, something like that.
Okay.
All right. And then I went to Finland.
Ooh.
To something called Outlier.
Okay.
Meaning they outlie somewhere else.
Okay.
So she was working in London or doing her dissertation in London, but she lived in Finland. And I thought, well, you know, Finland is sort of up and coming. No, this wasn't sort of in busy Finland.
We're not talking metropolis Finland.
No, it was in a village like a million miles up there. And they were all almost like the Amish.
Yeah, it is quite. It's almost like Scotland, I would say. Right up there in the sticks. It looks very. From what I've seen picture-wise, the mossy green, rocky kind of abstract.
And the misogyny throughout the whole program was terrible, but you know the main protagonist got his comeuppance because she solved the crime and he didn't. And now I'm back to Norway, and I'm
back to Norway.
Yeah, and we would say I'm watching Rebecca Martinson Mysteries, but they pronounce it Rebecca Martinson. So she's obviously Rebecca, and it should be son of Martin, but she's a daughter, so I don't know if that translates when you've got Johansson.
Mustn't it?
I don't know. It probably means child of that person. But yes, that's not too bad. There's a handsome lad in it.
Partial to a bit of Norwegian.
Beautiful animals. And reindeer. Oh, loads of reindeer. And it's forever snowing. I've never seen so much snow that hasn't come out of a machine where they've spurted on a tree. This is really heavy snow. But yes, I've been enjoying that.
Wow.
And then I'm watching them on Channel 4 World Drama.
Okay.
And there's like 3 pages of it. So I've got weeks and weeks and weeks. And what I did watch, which was British, before I started on this lot, it was called Capture.
I saw that advertised.
Yeah. And
is that Keeley Hall?
Yes. I think it is. And it's about what could happen. It doesn't happen, but they make it happen. And that's a bit freaky and spooky.
Well, so they write the crime report out and then they commit the crime.
No, they can actually, they could say that I was somewhere else and they could film me somewhere else. It's all done with...
Oh, deep fakes.
Yes.
The ultimate where you can... Well, I mean, Roger that was watching earlier, he's got that face app thing that can turn me into Enola Holmes or Kate Winslet or anything like that. So, I mean, if you can do that with them, he should be, you know, it's such a close step to them making your own face do stuff it shouldn't be doing.
So they had people giving interviews that hadn't given those interviews, and it put them in bad lights and everything. And then it came out that this government agency was playing spooks.
Wow. Because, you know, I was watching that program Lupin, the French burglar. Well, they did season one. Season 1 was like episodes 1 to 6, but the actual finale was season 2, which is only 1 episode. I watched it. I only made it 20 minutes in. If the episode had come out at the same time as the cliffhanger, probably would have gone, all right, press play. But due to time amounting and my lack of interest dwindling, but they had a deep fake where they had a video of a guy doing something, and by the time they put the video in at the TV, his face was doing all sorts of different things. As opposed to selling guns to...
They accused a chap of murder, and they actually showed him murdering the person.
Oh, it's like fake Columbo.
Yeah, it was, you know, can they do it? Will they be able to do it in the future? Possibly.
Yeah, they can do it now.
Yeah.
I mean,
so yes, it was quite interesting.
Well, look. Ah, right. I haven't Googled it, but last night you and I observed a very famous actor acting a scene, and you and I both know that man is no longer on this earth.
Correct. So, because we were sinking again.
Yeah, you know. So we watched the amazing. I'll give you a clue. I recognize those teeth. It's Doctor Who. And William Hartnell was in it. And I don't know if there are going to be viewers from outside of the British Isles that aren't familiar with the very traditional, original Doctor, which was William Hartnell, who is no longer with us. Great man, and unhappy demise into the world of dementia. But until that happened, he was so strong. But he was in it. Now, I don't know whether or not they found a Hartnell impersonator, because I did think Hartnell's actual face was a bit more crowy, whereas the one in the TV was a little bit more round.
But it might have just been the way CGI does it, because didn't you know, in Gladiator, didn't Oliver Reed die, but they finished the film off because they had certain amounts of footage that they could mingle in and do the mouth.
I know said they did it in The Crow as well.
It's like when they do dogs and cats talking and their mouths actually moving.
But also, didn't I watch that? not Burning Manning.
Oh, that's right. The film The Crow, they did this.
Yeah, what's the comedian, right, that I always confuse with the guy that does turkeys?
Oh, yeah.
It's Burning Manning.
Yes, because the other one is Bernard something
Matthews.
else. Matthews.
Right. Burning Manning, they did a holographic comedy show of his. And that was brilliant. That was absolutely fucking brilliant. But they can do it. So I mean, hey, you're gonna need an alibi where you I was gonna say where you have a photo of you holding up the newspaper. We just proved a photo is so easy to doctor. We're talking about you need an actual testimony in your blood.
You need, because they could believe the fake and not you.
Yeah.
How can you prove it?
Yeah. Amazing.
You can't be in two places at once.
And according to Silent Witness, you can now clone DNA.
Yep.
Yep. So, sleep well, everybody. Let's hope you're not arrested for a crime you didn't commit. That brings us to the end of, we've overrun, but seeing as we haven't done it for 3 weeks, I think that's not bad. We've only gone over by 7 minutes.
Brilliant.
Want to say a big thank you to everybody, of course. Yourself, you.
Thank you, darling.
No, you've been all right recently. Well done. I want to say a big thank you to my girls, Lizzie, Leona, and Amanda, and of course all of the poddies. Happy times with listening to the podcast and sharing times with people who listen to the podcast as well. We've become a lovely little online family. And of course, big thank you to Ray with sending love to Mary. Big thank yous to Elizabeth and Peter. Chris and Peter. Elizabeth and Mervyn did a bit of wife swap in there then. Two very strong women. Peter and Mervyn may not win in that situation. And of course, just thank you everybody that watched, tuned in, and just press the share button because that just helps my algorithm and spread the word, and it's free. Ooh, share. Anything you'd like to say, Mum?
Just thanks to everybody, and just keep watching. Viewers' numbers are all important.
Sorry about the fairies, but
you are all important to us.
Yes. Bring that up. Love you both. Thank you very much.
Love
so
you,
I will see you next week.
Come on, which way? There. Look.
Point to my room. Oh, and him.
No. I get confused.
Right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It won't come up. There we go. Wouldn't come up. And a big bye from Ray as well.
3 times. Oh.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye. Oh, and see you next week.
I got it wrong.
Don't catch me.